Hey, good morning, traders. Thursday, May 11th, 8:26 a.m., and these are your morning ideas. All right, gang. So after the news yesterday, it was actually a pretty tough day yesterday because if we look back, here is yesterday. Here is the inflation numbers were lower than expected, like 4.9% year on year, I think. And then so we moved up and then we whipped down and then we whipped back up into the close. So it's kind of a tough day. Um, it's just I don't know. I mean, you could have made money by, well, you probably didn't chase this, but maybe on the way down and able to buy buy it again into the close. I don't know. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wasn't even participating yesterday, so it doesn't really matter for me because we're not really in any different situation now, right? We still have not attacked, 4250 yet, which is way up here. We haven't even really took a run at, 41.8. Well, I guess we have taken a run at 41.80. And then when we look at the 4 hour, this area that I keep talking about is how this looks like it's top heavy. And if I add the rest of the data into it, it looks like now we're starting to balance out a bit more because we've traded more in the middle now, and now it's looking more bell shaped. And look where we're trading. We're trading right on top of that VPOC 4150, and we've been here since the 3rd of April, right? No, the end of March, the 31st of March. So we've been in this area for, almost 45 days. Not all of those are trading days, but you can see we're trading right on top of that. That indicates that there is some balance here, and that's why we keep coming back to the middle, right? When we're in, remember how the markets behave in balance is we move towards the edges of the balance, and then we fail and we come back into the middle. Then we move to the other side to the edge of balance, and then we come back into the middle. And this market is indicating that that nothing has really changed there. If we look at the smaller picture, the overnight session, we really haven't done anything. We opened, kind of drifted higher, snapped lower, came back. It's 8:29 now. I don't believe there is any news today. Let's pull that up. Let me pull up Forex Factory and I'll bring it over. PPI here. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Yeah, I think you can. PPI here and unemployment claims coming in 1 minute. So I don't know if the number was out early and that's why we see this whip, but you're about to see it. I'll try to stay on here for another minute so we can see what that number comes out. PPI has been moving the market at least temporarily, and then we usually snap right back to where we were before. So let's see what happens here at 8:30. But I don't see a whole lot changing. If I'm going to give you a synopsis of what I just said in the last couple minutes, is I don't see a whole lot changing here. Today is, Thursday going into the weekend, today and tomorrow. I don't know what pushes us out of here. I keep thinking that one of these, inflation reports or job reports is going to push us out of this gridlock that we're in, but we just haven't been able to do that. The PPI number has just come out, and again, I can share what that number was here. It says it's pending. Unemployment claims are up a little bit from the forecast. Still pending on the PPI numbers, but you can see the unemployment claims. Forecast 245 came in at 264. The PPI number a little bit lower. Core PPI and PPI, you can see the two numbers a little bit down. I don't even know what PPI stands for, but the market's not really doing a whole lot. We tried to move higher, and then we're just kind of right back to where we were before the announcement. So I don't think that that's a big deal here. I think that the market is kind of a status quo. We're still trading right on top of that 4 hour VPOC. And I'm looking for if we can push higher, to try to push higher into 41.80 and see what happens there. I mean, I think 42.50 is the big area I'm looking for if this market can gain, can catch a bid. If I were to bring up, I've been looking at some liquidity maps to try to get a little help here. Let me make this smaller and try to bring it over. Let me see if it can come over. There we go. I think you guys can see that. Okay. The liquidity map is really showing kind of a two-sided trade. You see some liquidity resting below. There was a lot resting higher at 4180, and that's that area that we've been talking about. And the market didn't quite get there. There's a really good setup yesterday if you were looking at the liquidity map around 4170 after the PPI, and I'll show that in a separate video. But sometimes I like looking at liquidity maps too because if you're not familiar with them, they tell you where the resting orders are sitting. Some of them aren't real, and people don't have the I will say they're real in the fact that they're orders placed, but people don't really want them executed. They're just using it to kind of spoof in the book. Sometimes they trade out. Yesterday, the one at 4170 traded out, and it was a nice short entry after a few minutes after the fact. But I could show you guys what those look like. Sometimes in these sideways markets, I like to look at the liquidity maps because it'll show me where everybody is stacking up, and I don't try to jump in front of it. I let it trade out in case you guys are using something like Bookmap. But the market, remember, the chief job of the market is to facilitate trade. So the market is looking for these areas where people are resting and looking for to transact, and it moves towards those areas. So it doesn't move away from the liquidity areas; it moves towards the liquidity areas, and just something to keep an eye on and something to monitor. Maybe it can help you with your own trading. Okay, guys, I am done. It is, again, Thursday, May 11th. We've got about an hour to the open, but I'll leave this with you guys, and I hope you have a great day.